there you are. I've been looking all over for you. You know it's already Thursday and we have so much work we have to do to get ready for Football Friday. What are you doing reading at the coffee shop?
Well, Jeremy, that's why I am at the coffee shop. There's so many games on the schedule this week that have teams that we haven't even covered yet.
Oh yeah? Like who?
Well, let's see. We have Woodland, we got Tryon, we have Temple, so I have plenty of research left to do here. Make yourself useful. Grab a chair.
Well, here we are at Murray Field for Week 4 of the Thursday Football Preview. I'm Jeremy Babin, joined here by my now educated partner, Jeremy Rao.
Thanks, Jeremy. And I got to tell you, some of the names of the teams on the schedule this week are quite different than teams we saw last week.
Yeah, but you know, one team we're very familiar with is Murray County. Last week they saw themselves up 14-0 before giving up 57 unanswered points.
Yeah, but Murray County's head coach Josh Lowe knows exactly what needs to happen so a repeat performance doesn't happen against Dalton tomorrow night.
Just playing 4 quarters, and we have to do a better job sustaining drives offensively. Defensively, got to work to eliminate big plays. You know, I think if you look at the rivalry that's been here for 50 years between our two schools, it's probably one of the oldest rivalries in this part of the state. And just, it's a game where Dalton's always got a competitive team. We're working to get our program back competitive, and you know, just a lot of excitement for both communities.
And it's a safe bet that Dalton will arrive here tomorrow night looking to keep their undefeated season alive after beating South Paulding last Friday, 28-14.
That's right, Jeremy, but you know, Dalton head coach Adam Weingarten says there's still a lot of things his team needs to work on in order to stay undefeated.
Every week, you know, our focus is, first of all, is to improve fundamentally and correct mistakes in the past Friday night, and also prepare for our game for the upcoming Friday night. So we've been doing both those this week. We've been trying to correct mistakes and improving our fundamentals of blocking and tackling, and also prepare for a very well-coached Murray County football team.
Well, another team looking against the win column this week is Southeast, who's coming off a second straight heartbreaking loss.
That's right, and who'd have thought that game would have been decided on that controversial ineligible receiver call downfield. Kind of a tough loss for the Raiders, but Raiders head coach David Crane is really trying to take the positives away from that game as he focuses on Friday night's game against Heritage.
Really proud of their effort. Really showed a lot of character there for coming back in the fourth quarter for the second week in a row now. So really making a lot of progress and really pleased overall with their effort. Tough game to lose there at the end like that, but really pleased with the overall improvements that we're seeing from one week to the next.
Well, another head coach who's also impressed with the Raiders' improvements has been Heritage head coach Tim James.
That's right, Jeremy, and the Generals know that stopping the Raiders tomorrow night won't be as easy as they pose quite a threat on both sides of the ball.
They're a good football team by anybody's standards. You know, they run the spread. New coaches come in down there implementing the spread. They're doing a good job with it. Defensively, you know, they're mixing it up. They've got quite a few stunts. They're coming from the outside and the inside with some twist stuff, and you know, we're going to have to work on picking that stuff up.
Another team looking to pick things up this week is Sonoraville, the team that beat Southeast last week. Tomorrow night, they'll be put to the test again as they face Temple, who's trying to break that 2-game losing streak.
Yeah, but you know, head coach Chuck King says it's the sense of urgency he's seen from his players that's the reason the Phoenix have started 3-0.
Finally got some explosiveness. We got about 3 or 4 guys in the backfield that can move the ball down the field pretty good. Robbie's one of those that can run really well. I mean, he had 168 yards the week before in a ball game on 17 carries, and so he's somebody that can definitely take it to the house when he gets his hands on it. I just got to give it to him enough. Tavares Washington is another one that actually transferred from Southeast last year, but he's another one that's got enough speed to take it to the house for us, and fortunate enough to have 3 or 4 guys that I like to give it to.
Well, another team feeling very fortunate right now is Northwest, who's coming off a much-needed 21-20 win over Sprayberry.
Yeah, but this week the Bruins are on the road against Woodland, a team who's off to an impressive 3-0 start. But Northwest isn't preparing any different for this game.
We're preparing like we do every week. We haven't had a good one on Monday, a good physical practice today on Tuesday, and we'll come back and do all team stuff tomorrow. Our kids know this is a big challenge. They're undefeated. They've scored 40 points a game. They've not given up a bunch, so it's a big challenge for us, and it'll give us a good indication of where we are and the fact that it's our first sub-region game.
Another team looking for a win tomorrow night is Ringgold, who's coming off that tough 3-point loss to Adairsville last week.
Now standing in the Tigers' way is South Paulding. The Spartans are an athletic team, but for Ringgold to get their first win, it all starts with being smart on the football field.
You know, it's one of those things where with their team, you know, it goes back to us and eliminating our mistakes. If we're going to have a chance, we have to do that to begin with. And you know, we always talk about effort and never giving up, never quitting, and then eliminating turnovers and penalties and missed assignments. So that's what we're focusing on this week, is trying to do that so we can be in the ball game and play with these guys.
What Gordon Central's focused on this week is just getting back to playing football after having a week off.
Yeah, and the Warriors have dominated thus far, outscoring their opponents 71-6. But head coach Chad Fisher knows the Tryon coaching staff will definitely have something ready for his team come kickoff time.
It looks like Coach Humphreys is back to his old ways from Rome, and when he won all those ball games, he's going to run split back veer, and he does it, and they do a good job with it. They got a great veteran staff, probably one of the better staffs in the area, and a lot of winning experience over there. So they're going to run a split back veer. They're going to run a 4-3 on defense. It's what we expected. It's what we've known they're going to do and expect them to do, and they do a heck of a job. We got to be able to stop a dive back, and we've got to be able to handle their blitz pressure.
Well, that'll do it for Week 4's Thursday football preview.
Don't forget to tune back in tomorrow night at 11 o'clock for highlights from all of these games, as well as scores from many others throughout Northwest Georgia. Now let's send it back to Bofta and Calvin at the news desk.
Have you figured out which Jeremy is which now?
B, Jeremy R.
Yeah.
We've got
JB and JR.
JB and JR. It's kind of catchy.
Yeah, a lot of Jeremys around here.
Well,
only
thanks,
one
guys,
Bofta.
Only one Bofta.
Only one Cedric, too. Thank goodness. Cedric, what's going on here as we get a final look at the weather?
Isn't that the truth, though? Only one Cedric. I mean,